Okay, and welcome back to the VSL Plat Diamond Cup. I am your caster Lotus.
And I am Jackbo.
Okay, so we're in match 2, of Kreig versus Propelled. A ZVT. We're now on Typhon Peaks.
That's right.
Spawning in the northeast position, we do have the blue Zerg Kreig.
And again in the northwest, we have the purple Terran Propelled.
Obviously a fan of spawning in the northwest position.
It is by far and away the best position.
Well, it seemed to be working quite well from last game, countering that that fast expand with a 1-1-1 build. Hellions dropping and Banshees with cloak. Kreig was in quite a pickle. Okay, let's see whether or not he can, pull this back any better in this game. He is sending his scouting overlord, so he will scout him fairly soon. Okay, tell me about Typhon Peaks, Jackbo. What do you like? What do you dislike? Overall opinion.
Well, what I like as Zerg is this third. I mean, it's in a pocket. It's quite easy to take. Of course, it's obviously risky in terms of siege tanks on the high ground. For instance, if Terran decides to push along this pathway between the main and the third. But other than that, it tends to be relatively easy for Zergs to take a third. What I don't like is if you see between the north and south positions, there's this passageway for rocks, and it's a very popular tank push that Terrans sometimes do, which some Zergs say is as bad as the old version of Shakuras.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what you mean with the high ground placement that you could do with the tanks?
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking of Lost Temple. Sorry, I was thinking of a different map. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so we do have Propelled scouting Kreig at the moment. He has got his little SCV running around. We will see this fast expansion. Not too dissimilar. We see Kreig go for a fast expansion this time. However, he's getting a much earlier pull this time. Obviously not quite as comfortable holding off early aggression. Obviously the map isn't quite as big. He does know that he's not in cross positions now. So he has determined that the spawn locations is close by air, which he's probably not too happy about based on the Banshee play from last time. And we see another bunker going down by Propelled right in front of the natural. Does he react in time this time? He's pulling 3 drones this time, so at least he's being preemptive with it.
Yeah, I think that was something that might have set him back a little bit in the last game.
Yeah.
Just those Banshees taking out the natural when it was already injured, I think could have been prevented if he just pulled a few drones to stop the bunker rush in the first place.
Yeah.
And that SCV does get chased away, and those 3 drones are going to stay and nibble away at that bunker. In fact, we don't even see a Marine coming across the map yet. It could just be a tactic that Propelled is using just to make those drones not mine for that amount of time.
Well, I remember seeing a Day 9 Daily recently where we had who was it? It was I can't remember, but either way, the Zerg player, whenever he got bunker rushed, is once the SCV had gone, he didn't waste his time continually attacking the bunker because he knew that Terran wasn't going to get it back. And it's just wasting his own mining time. So he didn't overreact. Once he got rid of the SCV, he just left the bunker there, and eventually it did get salvaged. So I think in the early game, when economy management is so much more important than any other time, I think perhaps attacking the bunker, even when it's not complete, is probably a waste of time, a waste of mining.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do see 6 Zerglings out for Kreig at the moment. Would have liked to have seen him make more drones, perhaps only get 1 pair of Zerglings out, as I think he must be aware now that was more of a fake-out bunker rush than anything real. He didn't even see any Marines anywhere near his base. So he must get the idea that his opponent wasn't going for a 2-racks, otherwise he would have seen them out and about on the map.
Okay, so speed is now coming down for Roaches, and we see that the reactor from the barracks has been switched with the factory, so he's going to be reactoring out dual Hellions. Unfortunately, this 1-ling is going to rush right up the ramp, and he's going to see that straight away. So he's going to know that Hellions are on the way. Metabolic boost, like I said, is on the way as well. So we should probably see a spine crawler or 2 drop down in the main, perhaps even round the natural. He does have an Evo chamber, obviously scared of any future Banshee play. 16 Zerglings in production now, Jackbo. What do you imagine we could see?
I think he sees that reactor and he's just scared of the Hellions. Look at the very aggressive rally point on it as well. He wants to start doing damage with those as soon as possible. Yeah. And those Zerglings coming out just in time, in fact. They're popping as the Hellions are driving towards his base.
I think he really should block the ramp with his queen more than anything.
Yep, you can get a ramp block off with just 1 queen if you position it just right. Stop Hellions from getting by.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a game of running around trying to get to the right side of the mineral patch to catch those Hellions now. But with slowlings, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, yeah. We did see he managed to kill one worker, so it wasn't oh no, sorry, that was probably a scout worker that went up the ramp. Oh my god, he's going to let these Hellions straight up into the main. 4 Hellions now sitting in the main. Queen's trying to chase them down, but he needs to micro the drones well, gets them out, split them hopefully, before these Hellions come in. He's lost all his lings now. The drones do get pulled. It was quite a timely reaction there. What I would have liked to have seen him was to block the ramp then with the Queens. But now he's just letting the Hellions follow around the drones. Is he going to get a lot of kills here? Oh my god. We see the drones are just melting at the moment. He's got 4 drone kills, but then the lings do manage to clean it up. So not a total loss.
Yeah, I think what he mainly did then was just deny mining time. And
yeah.
I mean, he managed to kill 4 drones, which does put a dent in Zerg's economy, and it means that 4 extra lava have to be used to replace those drones.
Oh god, we see
and
more
2
Hellions.
more swooping in now.
Oh my god, 7 drone kills in total so far, 11 drone kills. 12, oh blimey, he's lost a lot of drones there, but he is still an expansion ahead of the Terran player. It looks like this Hellion player's coming to an end. He's swapped the factory back off the reactor, and he's placing his barracks back down. So perhaps we'll see a bit more standard play coming out. Propelled now is just plopping down an expansion in base to float over to his natural once it's done. What do you reckon is a good follow-up to this, Jackbo? Obviously, Kreig is probably feeling a bit shell-shocked at the moment.
Yeah, I should think so. Although if we look at the unit counting station, we do see that they're practically identical on workers. So
yeah.
Kreig isn't in as bad a spot as you might make out. I mean, he did lose quite a few drones. That being said, he has had his expansion up for a significant time more than Propelled. So I should think that they're relatively equal at the moment.
Sacrificial Overlord is now coming in, flying over the main, so he's going to spot whatever Propelled is building. He does see that starport being built. He sees the eBay going down. And the Marines
Propelled not reacting yet.
Just being
there they go.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, we do see a Baneling nest get dropped for Kreig now. Looking to counter these Marines. He's obviously playing off what he's seen. Because, well, Banelings do deal additional damage against Hellions. I don't feel that they're the best counter. I think Roaches would be a stronger counter to Hellions. So I think he did spot that swap over. He must have spotted the swap over on the barracks ad on there.
Although that could be just based entirely on the Marine count that he saw.
Yeah.
And he must assume by now that there's an expansion. It would be very difficult for a Terran to continue past the 10-minute mark, I think, with no extra base. Although there are some who would argue with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Spine crawlers have been dropped in the natural now, as well as a roach warren being built.
Yep.
And centrifugal huts are being researched, so that's the speed upgrade for Banelings.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Kreig just have 1 Ling at Propel's natural, just to see that expansion going down, because
he did just spot it. He just had a Ling run by, get destroyed by tanks. So he does know that the expansion is down, and he does have control of the 2 central watchtowers. So any push that's coming through the middle here, he is going to be able to spot and react in time, which is so important as a Zerg player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have liked to see Kreig have a little bit better overlord spread. He's just currently have them flying over the back of his natural. I think if he spread it just in the northern section, watching the back route to the main, just so he's got any additional warning for any hidden pushes going around the back. I'd like to see that, because I think overlord positioning is just so important when you're playing a Zerg.
Absolutely, yeah. We do see Kreig now taking well, he's getting up to 4 gas geysers now, so we'd love to see what tech he's going for. And there's the Spire, in fact, I didn't notice that. So it looks like we're going to see the classic Ling Bling Muter coming out. And we do have a drone moving down now.
Now we see an infestation pit.
A secret expansion down in the southeast.
So yes, and we can see that the infestation pit is also in production now. So Kreig is basically just teching to everything that Zerg can tech to, more or less.
An interesting amount of tech. You don't usually see that amount of tech off 2 bases, I must say.
But yeah, you know, it's always argued that Zerg is the reactionary race, and I suppose being able to build anything can help. I think it kind of waters down the strength of your army, because upgrades don't necessarily carry over from different unit types. But it's still useful, I imagine. You'd be able to catch any player off guard if you're able to build any kind of unit at any time.
Yeah, especially with something like a caster that don't really benefit from upgrades. Something like the Infester is always going to be powerful, so it's always handy to have that tech available.
We see a drop moving out now by Propelled. Let's see. he is going to get completely spotted. Is he just trying to drop on the high ground here to take out the Lings on the watchtower? He is, by the looks of things. It's a fairly safe way of taking control of the watchtower, I suppose, or rather denying, because as soon as he drops a Marine down, then the Lings will probably take that right back. Okay.
Yeah, and we do see quite a few Mutas out now for Kreig,
Yeah.
so I should imagine we're going to see some harass from him any second.
Yeah, 8 Mutas in the flock at the moment. Not a significant amount, but enough to deal some damage.
Yeah, but for someone who doesn't have any turrets and has all their Marines down in the natural, in fact moving out now, this could actually do some significant damage to Propelled.
Without a doubt, he has got that second watchtower, so... Oh, he's just lost the second watchtower and Kreig pushing out... Propelled pushing out at the same time. Those Mutas are now in the main, destroying all the SCVs. He does so far have 9 workers killed, so that's quite significant. Jumping up to 12, 13, 14. Those Mutas doing terrible, terrible damage to the economy of Propelled. Everybody loves terrible, terrible damage. See 10 Banelings in production now, looking to counter this push that's coming through from Propelled. He just needs to make sure he catches these siege tanks unsieged. That's the most important thing. Just a scan does go down, so he sees that there's a large amount of Lings and a couple of Mutas.
Yep,
he
and
needs to
Propelled
push
really
now.
needs to win with this attack. I mean,
He gets all the Marines, and the siege tanks are unsieged. This is just going to spell bad news bears for Propelled. Muta's still dealing damage, taking down any reinforcements coming out of the main. All the attack gets cleaned up. It's just a handful of medvacs now that are in production, and there's the GG from Propelled.
Very nice indeed.
So Kreig takes a game back, placing it 1-1 in round 2. So
well, we'll have to go to the deciding match.
We will have to go to the deciding match.